Okay, so we've got RAIDR versus WTFS. And we got two interesting setups here. We got a Minikaze, a Des Moines, an Emerald, and a Bismarck on the side of RAIDR versus a Vladivostok in Alaska, a Longzhong, and a Graf Spee. So they've changed this up on the side of WTFS. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I'm still a big fan of the Des Moines pick. I don't feel like it was used the most effectively the last game we saw. So I'd like to see how RAIDR uses it this game.
Give me freedom or give me death.
So as we look into this, nothing really happening yet. But let's look in here and see where people are going to go. So the Minikaze going to C. Looks like the Bismarck's going to head there. Bismarck's an interesting choice. Not the ship I'd expect to see. Graf Spee heading over there. Alaska heading up the middle. Vladdy and Longzhong heading towards A. Emerald is going to run right into that Longzhong. It really depends on how good the Des Moines shot is. So we'll have to watch how good the Des Moines shots are. So Longzhong pushing straight into A. Des Moines is going to have radar range. Not too long. Like, if we look out here, the Des Moines gets 10-kilometer radar range. So right now, he's closing that gap down. It's 12.2 to here. The Longzhong, though, is a little bit closer because he's coming in right here at the edge. And that's going to be about 10.4 kilometers. Now, he is doing a turn-in, so he may not get hammered here. But we'll have to watch that. Alaska versus DM. Alaska versus DM is very intriguing. The Vladdy is going to try to do some work on that DM. But the DM should have the DPM to absolutely hammer that Alaska. And I would actually be firing HE. Get the burn on him first. So Alaska takes about 10% of his health. Longzhong hasn't quite touched A. He touches A now. But the Emerald is just going to sit there and farm down the Alaska for a bit. And now the Des Moines is looking towards the Vladivostok. Gets no damage on the first shots. And the Des Moines taking about 20% of his health. Alaska now fighting a Bismarck secondary set and an Emerald. And that is, they're getting some really good damage on that Alaska, if we're honest. Oh, Graf Spee has been spotted. Minikaze's got Torps out towards him. Alaska's going to get in there and just sit there. Des Moines still firing AP at the nose of a Vladivostok. Got to switch that to HE, man. Smash straight through the Vladivostok nose and force out as he heals. Emerald's sitting there, no spotting. First cap is going to go the way of WTFS. RAIDR here is going to have to take the Minikaze out of C. Torps look like they're going to miss. Graf Spee was running Hydro, of course, so that's not terribly surprising. And that AP still going in on that Vladdy. Vladdy at 66,000. Shots in on the Bismarck, they miss. Here comes a spam of Torps. Those Torps are not going to hit the Alaska or the Vladivostok. And there's a full push coming in here from the side of WTFS. Bismarck, if he doesn't get trolled by his guns, should do absolute work here. And he does it, ladies and gentlemen. Vladivostok down to 13,000. He's popping the heel, but the Bismarck's got the angle. And that is a dead Vladivostok. And the Alaska's now in a really, really rough spot. Emerald does go down to the Alaska, though. So Bismarck takes some damage on that shot. We're going to see, here come the shots, and there goes the Vladivostok. Now the Bismarck's going to be penned in. Is he going to push forward, or is he going to back up? We'll have to watch and see what happens. He has the Hydro running, so he should see the Torps that are incoming. But which way is he going to push to dodge? Should push backwards to dodge, but it looks like he's moving forward. He's going to take a few of those Torps. Des Moines still backing up. Alaska down to 32,000 in healing. Bismarck's going to dodge all but one torp. He's at 18,000. Doesn't have a heal yet. Spey is down to 22,000. Spey does have a heal ready, but not using it yet and getting secondary slapped. There's going to be a ram here.
Our time runs short. Only 5 minutes remain.
Or no. The DM didn't get the ram's design, possibly. Is he going to get the angle on the back? He's not. But he is going to get the gun turn. Is that a completely broken gun? That looks like... Oh, that is a completely broken gun. That is rough for Des Moines. Completely lose one of your guns. And massive hit right here. Des Moines now trying to burn down the Alaska before the Alaska kills him. HE spam finally coming in. 14,000 left on the Alaska. Alaska doesn't have a heal for a while. So if the fire gets set, that's going to be a really hurting Alaska. Alaska turning in to try to get the AP off. Des Moines goes down. He smacks the Alaska down to 5,800, but it's not enough. And it's a Minikaze and a Bismarck versus 3 ships. However, the health pool is still very similar. So we're going to have to watch. If this Bismarck can take out the Graf Spee, that'll be very useful for them, especially with the Alaska being spotted and that they know he's at 5,800. Heal coming up for the Alaska, so that'll heal him up into the 10 to 20k range, depending on how many citadels were hit there. So we're going to watch. Here comes the heal, and that's started. Graf Spee no longer spotted. Alaska's still spotted. Bismarck's got 10 seconds to hydro. It looks like the Bismarck's going to go straight for killing the Alaska. And honestly, the dead body of... he's going to take 1 torp here. It's only 6,000, but the dead body saves him from taking way more damage. Alaska still was trying to heal, but he's down now, and he doesn't have a DCP. Alaska may very well be dead right here on this turn. Here come the shells. 13,000 left on the Bismarck, but the Alaska goes down. Bismarck is doing absolute work, and he knows where the Spey is. He's just got to watch those torps coming in and not take them. Immediate heal popped. He's in a very good spot right now, chat. And the Bismarck's just going to shove forward. And now it's a ring around the rosy. Minikaze opens up. It is a 100-point lead for the side of WTFS with 3 minutes left. Bismarck needs to get a kill. Bismarck needs a kill or they will lose. Here come more torps at the Bismarck, and that Longjong is just going to stay not spotted and keep spamming out the torps. Minikaze spotting the Spey, but the Bismarcks decide to pursue the Longjong, it looks like. Or is he going to turn and try to dodge the torps? Because the Bismarck needs to turn back in here and try to take B for them to have any chance of winning. Because with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left, you have to kill the Graf Spey to have a shot. Because you're not going to get the Longjong. Bismarck pushes up. He's looking. Graf Spey is just going to ring around the rosy with him now. And I think that's going to end up being game, chat, because I don't see, with a minute 47 left, I don't think the Bismarck's going to get an angle on the Graf Spey. The Minikaze has run around the islands, and he'll get into B, but that won't be enough. They need to not only take B, they need to kill the Graf Spey. And with the Minikaze not being in a position to kill the Graf Spey, and only a minute and a half left, I think this game's over. So Bismarck pushing in. You can see the Graf Spey doing exactly what he's supposed to. Minute 11 yet left. Graf Spey just running north. Longjong's going to go into C and prevent it that way. And the points lead has been built up too much at this point. Unless the Graf Spey turns in here and doesn't get behind the island for protection. And even then, I think it's still too much with the fact that the cap has been taken. They gave the cap, and that gave too much of a lead. Yeah, and the Graf Spey is just going to get out of spotting angle. And, yeah, that's game, ladies and gentlemen. WTFS will take this game versus RAIDR with just 30 seconds left. in very interesting gameplay. You have to feel like if you decided Radar, Des Moines needed to take out that Alaska without being traded out there. But at this point, WTF has played a phenomenal game and absolutely deserved the win they have got. And with 10 seconds left, they'll win with 515 points to 374. Good game, well played.
We are mighty, but defeated.